Hey, how's everybody doing? I just wanted to share something with you guys while I was on my mind. And, we have this thing going on in America now, this movement that seems to be gaining a foothold, and I'll just call it Trans America. You have other countries that are laughing at us and they see us as a joke just because of the direction that we're going, even with Biden and the military trying to push this trans movement. You had Kamala Harris trying to convince an African country to get on board, and they would receive $60 million just for participating in this trans movement. But they told them, we don't need your money. Paraphrase, we don't need your money. Let us handle our own affairs and do what we do over here. Because there's multiple countries in Africa, in Tanzania, and Uganda, and Kenya. They're serious about this. Even under the new presidents that they have, they're not playing around. They don't go for that. They don't want their kids to be indoctrinated to think that that's okay. And we love everybody. We love the person who's gender confused about their sexuality or identity. They may think that they're a boy trapped in a girl's body or a girl trapped in a boy's body. You have 56-year-old men out here thinking that they're 6-year-old girls, as some are in the newspapers. You have laws being passed in Canada. If you mistreat or verbalize in a wrong way a person who is trans, that you could face severe fines or jail time. And you have all these laws being pushed. You have sexual indoctrination books through Scholastic being pushed on children, and parents protesting this and an uproar and outrage, and rightfully so. And these books are being removed, but they're trying to sneak this agenda in. And you even have a lot of people in the LGBT community that are against the indoctrination of the kids, and I'm glad to see that there are some who are not militant but still have a sound mind, in the sense that whatever sexuality you choose to be, that's up to you. But like that old song says, leave the kids alone. And so we have blue cities that are out here trying to they're trying to fine you, or even say that you may even get jail time if you misgender a person, or if you don't call them they, them, and stuff like that. Or you think Washington now, that they're saying that they could take your kids in Washington State if you try to stop a child from doing gender conversion therapy. In other words, going through a process. So in other words, they want your children, they want to tell them that they have these rights to change their sex, to be a boy, to be a girl, or vice versa. But they're trying to take full control. They're not paying for their clothes, their health insurance, their health care, none of that. But they want to tell you that they have the right to control your kids. I don't think so. The devil is a liar. And so, Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20, woe unto them that call good evil and evil good. And the rest of that verse. But I wanted to highlight on good being called evil and evil being called good. And that's what we have a lot in these days. So, it's being thrown in our face with this Anheuser-Busch, and on social media and Hollywood or Hollywood, they're all behind this. And so what they're trying to do is push this movement, and even people started boycotting this Anheuser-Busch when they pushed that Michael Dillon or trans on that can, and they lost $5 billion. So, they're trying to push this stuff in our face because they want us to accept it. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is laughing at us. and they take us for a joke. So, we just have to be diligent. We have to stand up for the truth. These things have to be verbalized if you're a preacher, if you're a minister, if you're a pastor, across the pulpit, and then reinforce what the Bible says. Yes, we love everyone, but if we love people, we also tell them the truth in love. And so, yeah, we are in we call it Trans America. And they're trying to get us to accept this, but this has been in the works since the 50s and the 60s through the Communist Manifesto, and I may share into that, share some of that, how they were even planning a lot of stuff what you see today with all this perversion and all this filth and all these other agendas. This has been set in place for decades and decades, probably over 50 years now, before I was born. But it's just now coming to fruition, because there is a timing and there is a time that the devil will be allowed to triumph and prevail and to get his agendas pushed for a season. But we know that the Lord is soon to come, but we have to stay diligent. We have to preach the gospel. We have to be bold. We have to show the love of Christ at the same time. So, you have men out here trying to play girl sports, boys trying to play girl sports, and it's not fair to them. And this is why you have some states that are standing up and saying no. They're passing bills and saying no, you can't do such. You can't play in the girls' team. If you're a boy, you're a boy. If you have a jingling, a wing wang, a little wee wee, you got to keep it in your pants, and you got to be a boy. Dress like a boy, act like a boy, talk like a boy. You're not dressing like no girl. You're not coming into school wearing no skirt. Act like a boy. All right, and vice versa. So, stand for righteousness. God bless you guys.